and welcome to Melissa Barba, your mortgage expert. So today I'm going to walk you through a series of steps in order for you to know exactly what would you go through once you start the process of buying your home. So we have 7 steps and we're going to get right to it. The first step is always get pre-qualified. You always want to know where you stand. And knowledge is power. So you knowing where you stand will help you determine what your goals can be as far as buying a home. So the 3 main aspects that play a factor into qualifying is credit, income, and assets. So let's start with credit. Credit, we need a minimum FICO score of 640 and above. If you have a 640 FICO score and above, most likely you will qualify to buy a home, at least with some of our first-time home buyer programs. There are other programs that are a little bit more strict, and that all depends once we do the full analysis, see which one is better for you. But as far as the minimum FICO is 640. Now, if you say, oh, I don't have a 640 FICO, my credit is lower, what can I do? No problem. We also have credit specialists that can help you get your credit in a better place between 30 to 90 days. So it's always good to do the pre-qualification now. That way, if you have some work to do, you can get that going. Then number 2 is income. This is a little bit more difficult to manipulate, if you want to say it that way, because like credit is not something that we can just fix. It's something that it's pretty much, it is what it is. However, you don't have to make the credit, you don't have to make all of the income all by yourself. This can be combined income, and you can also have a co-signer that doesn't live with you. They can even live in a different state. As long as they have income and they don't have like another mortgage or a lot of debt, this could actually help you. So income. Now, there's 2 different types of ways of earning income. Well, there's actually more, but as far as a regular income, you could be an employee or you could be self-employed. If you're an employee, you typically will get a W-2 form at the end of the year, and we would use your gross income, or basically your current rate. If you just got a raise recently, we could use your current rate for your income. Now, if you're self-employed, then we have to go by the net income. If you don't know what that is, if you don't know how much you declared in the past 2 years, then go to your tax returns and look at the Schedule C. There you're gonna see gross income minus expenses, and they will show you your net. And how we know what income we could use for you is we have to average the last 2 years. So if in 2019 you declared 60,000 and in 2018 you declared 40,000, your average would be 50,000. So that's one thing. Also, you can also include Social Security income if you're retired or you receive Social Security already, or if you receive money for a relative that lives with you, that you receive Social Security, or if you're in permanent disability, child support, and alimony, IHSS, those are also valid sources of income. Or if you have a pension and you have maybe a distribution from your IRA or something like that. Of course, there could be other things. However, this is just as a general information. Then we have the third aspect, which is the down payment or the assets, right? So typically the people think, oh, I need to have a 20% down payment. That is not the case. You can actually buy with a very much smaller down payment. For example, with FHA, which is the program that is most flexible for first-time home buyers, you only need 3.5% down. So 3.5%, if you want to know what that is, let's say you're buying a $500,000 home, you go 500,000 times 3.5%, it would give you the amount. Now, there's also down payment assistance programs that will loan you the money for the down payment and for the closing cost. Now, this is not going to be free money. It's not a grant. It's a second and third silent loan that you don't have to pay right now, neither make payments. However, eventually after 20 years is due, or if you sell and refinance before that, you have to pay those loans. Now, for the down payment, they loan you up to $10,000, and for the closing costs, they loan you up to 2%. However, the disadvantage for that typically is that most people have some kind of debt, and instead of being able to have your debt to income ratio to 57%, it lowers to 43%, which means typically here in the state of California, because of the price of the homes, it equals about $100,000 to $130,000 difference, whether you put your down payment or whether you use this assistance. So to make it simple, if you were to qualify for a $500,000 home, putting your own down payment of 3.5%, if you use this program, instead of qualifying for 500, you will qualify for 400,000 or maybe even less. So that's kind of like the only disadvantage to it. However, again, this doesn't mean it's not good for you. We need to see exactly what your credit is like, how much debt do you have, how much is your monthly minimum payments for cars, loans, etc., and your income. Once we have all these factors, credit, income, and assets, we can determine up to how much do you qualify and which program would be the best for you. So this is step number 1, and we'll go to the next video and go to step number 2. See you soon.